Halloween season is upon us, and I think now is an officially safe time to start decorating for Halloween. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a handful of Halloween Dollar Tree DIYs that anyone can make. They're easy, of course, affordable, and in my opinion, very adorable, so stick around to see how they turn out. I'm Garrett from @GoWithGarrett. Let's get into it. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to be using two of these skulls. They actually glow in the dark, so you could leave them as they are, but I'm going to take some Rust-Oleum black spray paint and a flat finish and give them a good coating. This is my new spray paint setup on my balcony at my new apartment. I put them in this box and just gave them little spurts of spray paint so that they were covered nice and evenly with no runs or drips. Here's how they looked after they dried, and then next I'm going to take my Fiskars detail knife and very carefully start to cut little holes into the tops of the skulls. Kind of feels like we're doing some brain surgery here, but I did little triangles at the front, back, and left and right of the skull, as you can see here. And from there, I wanted to take some of these Dollar Tree faux succulents. I always love their faux succulent collection. They're so pretty, and I'm going to take some hot glue and add a little bit to the base of each succulent, and then just very easily pop that into one of the holes and letting it dry before we move on to the next one. But these are going to make some very cute skull planters. You could use different types of florals if you wanted to and make it so that you can interchange them. So you would obviously not do the hot glue, but I did a different variation on each skull, and I love how these turned out. I saw this idea on Pinterest and had to give it a try. It's so easy, and it can be tailored to your style for sure. For our second DIY, we're going to be using two of these skeleton hands and a string of beads. I got these on sale at Hobby Lobby. And the first thing we're going to do is take our drill and drill a hole right through the palm of each of these hands, because we're going to be making a garland, and these need somewhere for the string to go through. Then I took them outside and gave them a quick coat of white spray paint. While those dry, I wanted to go ahead and get the paint ready for our beads. So I'm doing this hack that I saw here on YouTube where you do just a squirt of paint and just a little splash of water to make it a little easier to go on to the beads. And then I'm putting 25 beads into this batch of the black paint, giving it a really good shake, and then you can see it gave the beads a really nice coating. I'm going to dump those out onto a plate so they can dry, and then I repeated that same process with the white paint. While the beads dry, I grabbed my skeleton hands from outside. They had fully dried, and I did admittedly run out of white spray paint, but I'm going to say that I like this kind of unfinished look of them. It gives them a little character, but I can always go back and fully coat them with some more spray paint later. I unraveled a pretty long strand of this hemp cording that I have, and then just looped that through one of the hands and tied a knot on it so that it was nice and secure. And then it was time to string all of our beads once they had dried. So I always put a little piece of tape on the leading end just to make it easier to go through all the beads. But I put all 50 beads on, and of course alternated between the black and the white, and then I pushed them all to the end, making sure they were nice and snug, and then looped the hemp cording through the other hand, tied it nice and tight, and that completes this project. A nice little decorative beaded piece that you can put on your coffee table, entryway table, really anywhere, and I love how it turned out. Another Pinterest project that I think was a success. DIY number 3, we're going to be using this set of 4 mini pumpkin buckets. These look just like the bigger pumpkin pails that we trick or treat with, but just in a miniature version. I thought they were super cute, and we're going to turn them into a little stacked planter. So we're going to take out our drill again and start to drill some holes through these little pumpkins. Now I'm only going to drill through 3 of the pumpkins and leave the 4th one as our base, but we're going to do so at an angle. So for the first one, I started on the bottom right side of the pumpkin and drilled at an angle so that it came out on the upper left side. And for the remaining 2 pumpkins that we're going to drill through, I wanted the angle to be a little less drastic, so I started kind of on the bottom right of the pumpkin and drilled so that it came up on the upper left, just a little more of a subtle angle, and then alternated that with the 3rd pumpkin so that they're going different directions, of course. For our 4th pumpkin that we're going to have as our base, we're just going to take it and pump in a lot of hot glue. I'm using Gorilla Hot glue sticks. Those are my favorite. And then I took a skewer that I had on hand, placed that right in the middle and held it until it dried. As it dried, I pumped some more hot glue around it just to really build out a sturdy base of sorts. Once the hot glue dried, I went ahead and slid our little pumpkins onto the skewer, and as you can see, the vision is coming to life. In order to keep everything where it is so that it doesn't move around too much, I added a little dab of hot glue between each pumpkin just to keep them in place. And then I'm going to take some more of those faux succulents from Dollar Tree that I love so much and pop them very easily into each of the pumpkins. Some of them are a little too big, and I had to apply a little hot glue around the base just to keep it secure in the pumpkin. This is such an easy craft, and you can totally customize it to your liking using different greenery or fall florals, whatever you would like. And I think this would be perfect for a desktop, or especially if you work at home and you need a little Halloween flair in your workspace. For the 4th DIY, you've probably seen this one before, but we're going to be making some super easy pool noodle Gothic style melting candles. So I grabbed a pool noodle. You can get these, of course, from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to just take some regular old craft scissors and start to cut smaller pieces of the pool noodle. I cut out 3 pieces, all of varying heights, and then I wanted to connect them as one whole piece. So I'm going to take some hot glue and then just combine them all together. Once all 3 pieces were secured together, I wanted to add that melting, dripping wax effect. So I'm gonna take my hot glue gun and start to just apply some hot glue around the rim of the top of the pool noodles and then kind of bring it down to create that dripping and melting effect. Once the hot glue dried, I had to give it a nice good coating of that black Rust-Oleum spray paint and a flat finish. And once that dried, here's how it looked. Already loving the look of these, but we need to add the flame part of this project. So you can also get this set of 3 LED tea light candles. They have this flickering effect. And to get those ready for the project, I taped off the flame itself so that we could spray paint it black to match the candles without covering the flame, of course. And we're going to need to make a little more room for those candles to fit. So I'm taking my detail knife by Fiskars to just carve out bigger holes in the pool noodles for the candles to sit down in. Then it was easy as turning the flame on and popping them into the pool noodles. And that completes this project. I popped this onto my TV center and I love how it looks in my space. Alright, Alright y'all, that wraps up this video of Halloween Dollar Tree DIYs. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comments, and if you plan on making any of these yourself or if you've already made some of them before. I always love doing Dollar Tree DIYs, so thank you so much for watching if you're still here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and consider sharing it with someone who you think might also enjoy some Halloween DIY inspiration. Before you head out, please also make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see y'all in the next one.